question.
So we also. Okay.
I have a question. Now, looking at one of the use cases of cNGN, would there be a possibility that this might affect the banking system?
Yeah, it's actually created not only because they feel it will affect the banking system, because it should affect the banking system.
Positively or negatively?
Negatively.
Oh.
Negatively in the sense that people might not need, people might, in the long run of this, people might not need to use their bank apps anymore. Because of the frivolous charges. Because of the frivolous charges, some banks, charge their customers for putting their money in their banks. So normally, putting your money in the bank, you are supposed to have some kind of interest on your money. But most of the time, our money is just in our banks, sitting there.
Just dormant, doing nothing.
Only get the only thing that our money faces, we pay these exorbitant charges, on our money, and our money is what the bank used to, operationalize, make profit, and to be able to remain a bank actually. So negatively in the sense that people like me, people that are conservatives,
All right,
we look at the need of not putting your money in the bank anymore, because I have cNGN that can actually interact with anybody that receives cNGN, and I can use platforms that will be coming out soon. We are currently working on a platform that we'll soon launch. We'll soon launch out the platform in Nigeria. The platform is called ZiptoPay. So let me just put the spoilers out there. So this ZiptoPay is going to work as a payment service that is going to mitigate between banks and the users. So you have your cNGN, you have your cNGN, you want Naira. We still have some banks that will be able to create that platform that you can actually withdraw your cNGN as Naira directly on the ATMs, on the ATM machine, using your debit card, and basic transfer, just to an account. You'll be able to extract your cNGN to the bank account and send it, using banking system. So we know that this is going to disrupt the use of the banking app negatively. But the role that the banks will play in all of this is to dispense the cNGN to normal cash.
To normal cash.
Yes, that is their role. That is the role, that is the positive role that they will play in this. So we'll see that, it will attract fees, to convert your cNGN to normal cash, it will attract fees. So I believe the banks will be positioned in accepting cNGN and giving normal cash. That is where, their use case will be. So this takes me to actually the fifth point, which is the use of the cNGN will create lower transaction costs. For the adoption of cNGN for transaction, especially international ones, it will lead to lower transaction costs compared to the international banking channels that we are used to. So this is particularly relevant for businesses engaged in global trade and individuals that are involved in international transactions. So the next point is the cNGN also will give increased confidence. Increased confidence in the sense that if the cNGN stablecoin operates transparently and in compliance with the regulatory standards.
That is the next question I was to ask.
Okay. All right. It means I'm in the spirit. So increased confidence is that if the cNGN stablecoin operates transparently and in confidence with regulatory standards, it could contribute to the increased confidence in the domestic financial system, as I was saying. And this may attract more investors to invest in the channel of the way that accept cNGN for cash. It will make them grow their money, positively influencing the economic growth. People start making profits. Naira will start jacking up in value, and all. So the next point from this is that we're also going to see the reduced pressure on foreign exchange reserve. So basically, if this cNGN gains acceptance from the increased confidence, it gains acceptance, then it will be widely used for international transactions. It could reduce the demand for
The
foreign
demand for
currencies,
the dollar.
potentially easing pressure on Nigerians' foreign exchange reserves. So let's put this into perspective. Let's say you want to pay for your Apple Music, you want to pay for your Netflix, you want to pay for um, your let's say various payment services that
Yeah.
presently, if you want to pay for it, you need a dollar card to do that. But it will not be necessarily that you will not be able to use dollar card to pay for those services anymore. But those companies, we have an option to see and to create a positioning system to expand their market in the Nigerian economy by accepting cNGN.
Yeah.
So accepting cNGN is going to enable that Naira becomes a respected currency in the world. And it's going to lead to, we will see so many reduction in the conversion rate and reduction in the inflation that is currently happening in the nation that we are facing. Why? Because the Naira has suddenly gained prominence in international market as an acceptable means of payment, which is not lagging in reserves, but also benefiting in acceptance. In acceptance, in international acceptance. So this point will also lead us to the last point, which is the innovation in financial services. So now, because of this cNGN now, because Nigeria is a huge market of, we are over 200 million people, and 40% of Nigerians are using smartphone. So over 200 million people, and you say 40%, that is over 80 million people, 80 million market holders. They are readily available to be able to, penetrate. So this penetration will only be made possible by innovation. So innovation in financial services, that, okay, I want to create, like our platform, ZiptoPay, for example. We can be able to work with international organizations that are looking at benefiting in the Nigerian market to be their only payment platform that accepts cNGN and remit dollar on their behalf. So the way we do the innovation, we do it on our back end. All you just see is Apple now accepts cNGN, but it's based on our innovation.
Okay.
That is based on our innovation. So the cNGN stablecoin developed and managed by the African Stablecoin Consortium can stimulate innovation in financial services. This innovation will lead to the creation of the new financial products and services that can benefit businesses and individuals at large. So it is important that it's important to note that the success of the cNGN stablecoin will depend on factors such as widespread adoption, regulatory compliance, and the ability to address potential challenges. Additionally, the stablecoin operates within the border content of financial system, and its impact will be influenced by various economic factors and government policies. Thank you.